You know, there's several Republican candidates that have announced they're running or plan to run. What do you think those candidates need to do in order to beat Hillary Clinton?
Well, I think this is going to be a campaign focused on who really can help the middle class and who can help people that are in poverty come out of poverty. I think that's the centerpiece of a campaign. And what we've seen over the last 7 years is a president who speaks about those things, but has been singularly unsuccessful in doing anything that would really help the middle class of America. So income inequality is greater. The number of people in poverty is greater. Wages haven't grown. And for the first time in American history, more businesses are closing their door every year than are opening their doors. So the president's policies haven't worked, and Hillary Clinton's policies are the same old, same old. It's a continuation of what we've seen under President Obama. It didn't work then. It won't work in the future. We need a new vision. Secretary Clinton said that businesses don't create jobs. If she doesn't understand where jobs come from, I'm not sure how she's going to help people who want better jobs.
How do the Republicans get people energized, get them excited that there could be a change coming?
Oh, I think Republicans very badly want to see a change. And what they hope is that we'll nominate someone who actually can win and implement policies that will help average Americans. That's what they want to see happen. They'll also look at what's happening, I think, on an international front. Under Secretary Clinton, our interests around the world, our safety, in fact, those things have diminished. And they're going to want to see someone who has strong foreign policy capability and understanding, but also someone who can get things going here at home. And I think we got several strong people who are able to communicate that kind of message.
The cover of Drudge yesterday, did you see it? It said Romney teases, with a big photo of you saying that you might be gunning for Secretary of State.
No, sorry, I wanted to be president, and so I'm campaigning for people who I think have the best shot of becoming our next president. And as soon as we have a nominee, I'll be making it very clear my overwhelming support for that person.
So you had the summit over the weekend. What are some other things you've been involved with? We know about the fight with Evander Holyfield for charity. You're very actively involved in your charity work.
Well, I'm fortunate enough to have several streams of activity these days. One is political. I'm going to keep working for candidates, whether for the Senate or the House, governorships, as well as the presidency, working for people who are in those races that I think will make a difference. And I spend a good deal of time doing that. Number two, you're right, I'm involved with a number of charities that I care a lot about. One is this one that provides surgeries for the very poorest young people and older people across the world. 25 countries we're doing surgeries in, and that's the group for whom I had that little charity bout. And then another charity, which is the Ann Romney Center for Neurologic Research. And this is a center which is doing really extraordinary research with regards to Parkinson's disease, ALS, brain tumors, multiple sclerosis, and obviously with Ann's name associated with it, we've got some responsibility to help raise money for it. And then I'm back in business. I do a little real estate investing and investing in the venture capital world, so my life is full.
You mentioned Ann. When's the last time the two of you went on a date, just the two of you, and what did you guys do?
You know, the house is an empty nest now, so we're on dates almost every night. You know, if I'm not traveling somewhere, or if she's not off giving a speech somewhere, we're together, and you know, we go out for dinner. But you know, we used to go off to the movies. We do that less these days because we, you know, DVR a TV show that we enjoy and watch that together. And so a lot of dates these days. As you get older, you'll find out date nights are not that rare.
And I'm sure when you go to the theater, everybody's coming up to you and saying hello. You mentioned Ann. You're big with your family. What advice would you have for families out there that are trying to stay close together when there's so much going on these days?
Yeah, I'm afraid the challenge of all the sporting events kids have to go to, and of course the smartphones and iPads, a lot of kids get sucked into activities and to realms that are not part of, you know, the family life. And so, you know, I guess getting together for family night, having sporting events together, going on vacations together, just doing things. It doesn't have to be a big deal vacation. It can be just around town, but doing things with your family, and only your family, without all sorts of other people around. That's probably a good way of keeping those ties as close and binding as possible.
What advice would you have for high schoolers or college grads that go out into the world and want to succeed, want to, you know, make a living and do well for themselves, but it's so competitive? What would you tell them?
Well, that's a long and big topic, all right? And I've given some commencement speeches where I lay out a whole series of things, but probably the center of all that is to relax a bit and recognize that you're not defined by how much money you make or how many promotions you get, but instead focus on your family, your relationship with your children, your wife, your relationship with God. Those are the things that really define success in life. And yeah, make a good living. Do the things that you enjoy doing, and do your present job well. Don't spend all your time trying to think about some new thing you might do. Do what you're doing as well as you can. And by the way, while you're doing that current job, you may see something that's not being done so well in the marketplace and have an opportunity to start a business of your own.
Last question, what do you want to be remembered for?
I want to be remembered by my family as someone who cared very deeply for each of my kids and my grandkids, and provided for them in the best way I knew how, that I was a person devoted to my faith and to my family.
Governor, thank you.
Hey, thank you.